doesn't matter. So just our C4C GTPBL, July 15th, middle of the month. Oh my goodness. And we're just came out of a really amazing meeting with CONMA. Lots to think about, the CONMA pitch grounds, and where we are in all of this C4C. And we're going to skip talking about bounties and incentives and do what Melanie wants and talk about the list, the impact proposal list.
But that's what we talked about last week too.
Okay, good.
Basically how to audit, there was a lot of like how we automate and scale. I think that was a big part of how at this last meeting. It's just like how to have a genuine and authentic experience with each of these proposals. That's not a giant list, that doesn't require so much time, and that is something that I know that Yoram, you've mentioned this, but I think you brought this up in the CONMA meeting, is that it should be a beautiful and a beautiful experience.
Yeah. If I may suggest, let's think about things that we can tick, from the simplest one to the then most difficult one, right? It's wonderful that we have collaboration with AIM and lead donation. Really great, right? Because we have an interface where we can start basically showing to the world, hey, this is where you can go and you can see they have all the information, they present it in a nice way. So that one, we need to nail them basically. And now work together, lead donation is already live. And we need to now tell him what type of filtering we want. And the same for AIM. We need to tell him what type of columns we have, and he will put the database. So that's one, and that's, I think, great achievement. The challenge we have today, in my view, is that there's too many proposals. So again, we got into a situation where the voters need to go through 200 proposals and So if you can search it already by challenge, that's already great, because it will have 10, 15, 20 per challenge. Or let's say for one challenge, it will have 50 of the adapts, but that's fine.
Can I just interrupt again?
Of course.
Like, it's almost like we're going into the problem and solving the problem. And after our meeting with CONMA, it's sort of like you can take a list and have an entirely different goal with it. Their goal would be to take that list, to connect with the proposers and get them into this pitch ground and take them on that path. So can we clarify the goal of this list for C4C?
The goal for us at this special moment is to be able to present, work together.
Collaborate?
The goal for us, collaborate. The goal for us at C4C is to make sure as many impact proposals get funded. Let's say like that.
Promote and
right.
Get impact. Okay, I've got this. I wrote down a couple things. Get impact funded. So I've got collaborate, connect, because it's connecting proposers, it's connecting voters, promoting, because that's people could be looking at it and they don't even care about connecting, but that's a big part. Promote and get impact funded. Is there anything else as far as our goal for this list?
I think that's the immediate goal. Then the secondary goal can be, which is very, very important, is connect with the different impact communities, right? Through that, like just we had with CONMA. That's already brought great positive. Cole is going to join us now.
Okay, so it's connect within Project Catalyst and connect without, outside, not without, but.
I mean, this database is great to showcase even outside, right? Look how impactful is Catalyst.
Yeah. It shows, I mean, it's evidence that Cardano is the impact blockchain. We've collected or attracted folks, and you hear it. I mean, anecdotally, you hear it. It's just like, yeah, I did the research, and Cardano, I believed the Bitcoin and Ethereum, mining and all that stuff, and I didn't want to be a part of that. And so, I found Cardano because of the things that is in our vision statements and the roadmap and all of that for Cardano. I think that we have attracted, and then it's, in that sort of cellular, like it is a community within a community, and it's it sort of permeates. There's not many that are anti, climate in the community, meaning that it's sort of baked in as a fundamental philosophy. And what Vinay said, he said, like, look, decentralization is an impact, like, already baked in. It's just, if we want decentralization, that is how we get out of the mess that we've made.
So we're drawn by the mission of Cardano. The one thing that draws me to Cardano is the fact that they're science-based, research-based, and this is the intention of it. It's not just a fly-by-night.
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
another purpose we have is again to show that these proposals is an opportunity for Cardano. I think that's also very important. Again, it's not just impact proposals for impact, which, the base. There's an opportunity to onboard. What Vinay is doing right in India is onboarding university students to Cardano, right? What we are doing in other areas, is improving livelihood, microfinance, agriculture. It's all areas of opportunities for Cardano.
So this is also to onboard, to help onboard other impact related, totally outside of Cardano.
Yeah.
Others to Cardano. Okay, so we've got the goals of this list figured out. The list I see itself is a bit of a challenge and you brought this up about it being social and environmental impact, and the proposals being absolutely their intention is for social and environmental impact. So I saw it almost like on a scale, 100%. Everything about this proposal is social and environmental impact, to the point where there's 0% on social impact and even 100% negative impact on social and environmental. That could be a war game built on with using Bitcoin. That's, in my idea, is 100% against social and environmental impact, with
I love it.
scantily dressed women, male ego thing, all that kind of stuff. It kind of goes completely against.
But who rates the proposal, right?
Exactly. So, and I also saw there's circles of it. There's the 100% where it's social and environmentally impact. And there could be, this is some way that we can organize these proposals. Like this one is, and these are the ones that we put in the front end. These are the ones that we see have 100% social and environmental impact. Then we have the next group that have really high social and environmental impact. And then it keeps going down to the point where they're indirectly related to social and environmental impact. Then the list gets really, really long. But if we can pick those ones, almost like starring them, that says this is like Earth Trust, to me is a no-brainer. There it is. That's the ultimate proposal and set of proposals in my mind that says, yes, this is what social and environmental impact looks like. How do we scale it?
Well, yeah, there's some good, and I think that Lido Nation and AIM, there's great ways of filtering. It's basically like searching for, like you're searching for a product on a marketplace, and you can
yeah,
you got it, yeah.
Because people may be more interested in one thing over another, and exactly. If we can, as Cardano for Climate, if we could figure out where these proposals sit. And then we have the challenge of groups of proposals, and one is super impact related and one not so how do we?
Well, you just have to, I mean, I think that there's some grunt work that just says that
Yay.
that you go through and then you go through and discern, not necessarily judge or somehow rate
maybe
on the scale.
maybe we ask the proposer to rate.
Right. Yeah.
So there could be a proposer rating.
Yeah.
I'm thinking even as each one of us goes through this, can we figure out some sort of a list like tags that say, can we do that we tag it ourselves? And then that's a way, because I know you can even find things on the slides. I can do a search like find Yoram, his name, and I'll find 39 instances of it. Or
I have an idea. Yeah, we'll have 200. But wait, one idea could be, but this is impact on the challenge. You see, if we had an impact challenge, it was easy because then the PAs are rating based on the impact on the challenge, right? So everyone that is 5, they will have high impact. That would have been easy.
But see, that takes a lot of work in the writing and saying why you rate a 5. If we could have, yeah.
But it's tricky to rate. I mean, now you rate an educational, when they're reaching out to students in India, comparing to, how you compare the social impact of each one of them. It's very tough.
So it's not so much the rating of it as that this proposal deals with, it's a tag, isn't it? Education, outreach, India, right. These kind of things in tags.
So, tags are effective when, they don't sort of spread out, like they just become, there's just a ton. So
impact is not a good tag.
Well, that's what we've got now, right? We've tagged and we've selected this data set of 190, 200 of just to say impact, and we don't know the breakdown or the subsequent. The way I see it, and I think it's called a radar map, where it's sort of like a cross, and then there's like a makes like kind of it makes a pattern, like a visual pattern. And you can very quickly, Cole, your 1 second video, which actually killed in the presentation on Wednesday, because of the music and because of Yoram giving like his beautiful, like,
it was beautiful
voice, like through it. It was just like boom, boom, boom. It was like real cinematic. So big kudos there. But if the way I see it is that, it's parts of the brain that can take in a big mass of data, and that's the right side, the artistic side. So this little graphic, that just shows, it's not a red tag, but like a graphic thing, might be difficult to sort of do, but the process of creating this
a visual, it's a visual. Yeah. Because then you could see it, if we split it up into a pie, this has got the blueberries, there's the more strawberries here, there's more raspberries and rhubarbs here, and there's the whipping cream. Yeah.
Crushing me with that. That's so good.
That's it. Well, I picked strawberries yesterday, and I'm making a pie today, so.
See, that's how we can speak to the farmers and the gardeners, because you had me at blueberries, and then you just pushed me over the head with rhubarb.
Cole, what do you got?
What if we were to, for this first stage, just break them into social versus environmental impact?
Good one. I mean, that starts the tree, right?
Yeah, and then there's going to be some that are both, and then we can filter out more.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. This is. I mean, we need to start simple and then we complicate. But let's start simple. So challenge, environmental or social impact. You already have very good I do
Cole,
what you're looking at.
if you're trying not to be an AI, because it's totally cool if you are, but that's not a very human way to do it. Like just your binary thing is just like, oh, I think maybe we'll just do a binary thing to start off, and everybody's like, is Cole the AI? Is Cole the AI? No, you're not. You're probably not, but it's okay if you are. It's totally cool.
No, I'm not the
Yeah,
AI.
but you don't do AI on 200 proposal, right? You do AI on huge databases. So
Well, you got to start somewhere.
So how about in these two categories, these simple ones, 500% in direct impact on the environment. 100%. 5 is 100%. And 1 is indirect. So it's on that scale. And we would kind of place it that way.
who is
for
rating
now.
it? Us? We are rating it? This is a tough one. I mean, the rating, it will require really to do a good and responsible rating to investigate, to understand.
Have an
That's what I'm afraid.
opinion and
Yeah.
justify it like an assessment.
I will tell you that this is the work of a DREP, which I think really would be, I heard Nori say it, that like pushing in and making DREP a part of the C4C, and that that August could be the DREP month.
Training them in impact. So this could be a good practice round. Are you interested in being a DREP? Are you interested in social and environmental impact? We need your help. Help us rate these proposals. This is a practice. This is our first iteration. It will not be perfect. We need to help. And then we're in C4C GTPBL. Where's the incentive for this? And then we could have a base rate, but with documentation and more work, more ideas, we can say, okay, let's change this. Because of the input from this person who's taken this and run with it, let's change this bounty and say this is going to be more inclusive. We're hiring this person, hourly rate or whatever.
I think that there is, because of the value creation, that there is a place for sort of tokenomics, but then there's also the value of the work. So someone brand new, I mean, we're all brand new to the D-Work system, like having a community focused around, for instance, a PBL course, which matches up great because now you've got a data set, and it's just your homework is to do these, 10 to rate and vet and evaluate these impact related proposals, which we've collected based on, just self-selection.
What about sorry, go ahead.
Well, just the other thing with the value, it can be incentivized or just sort of because basically what you want to build is reputation and being able to sort of express like, this is what I've done, and I'm a DREP that's worthy of, because I've gone through the C4C DREP PBL course, and I've received a minted NFT participation token, or I've got this evidence, and then therefore, I can sort of verify myself to the voters. That's sort of what I'm thinking.
What about a bounty for proposals? We pay people to put in a proposal for how to be a DREP for impact. That leaves it wide open. We're actually paying people to show us what they might be able to offer, and then from there we can decide, where we go with this. But you know what happens in idea skills, people do all this work for zip, right?
Yeah.
These are ideas generating, we're encouraging engagement, we're including people. This may be the way to do it. Bounty for proposals on how to be a DREP for Cardano for climate. How to, like, what do you plan on doing? How can we do this? You might find somebody like George, who's a project manager, and he goes, I'm going to take it this way, figure it out this way.
Yeah.
Could be somebody else says, I'm going to do it this way. I've got these tools to use with.
Right. There certainly will be, a diversity of how it's done, just like there's a diversity of how we do all of the roles in Catalyst, how they write proposals, how they assess proposals.
Would it be fair to do like a 200 gimbal bounty? That's 4 hours of work in our 50 gimbals per hour.
At 50 per hour, yeah. It's interesting, like token or task design. With such a big and wide open task, I don't know how well that aligns, because it's really it's not grunt work, which is generally what tasks sort of do.
This is me coming in and going, I'm interested in being a D rep for impact for Cardano for climate. 200 gimbals, that looks good. Or, oh man, that's not enough. I'm not gonna bother with this. But
Yeah.
it's going to be the person's choice whether or not it's going to have value to them. And they may just say, I'm going to do it anyways. Look at this 200 gimbals. I'll put those in my pocket. Happy to do it. So as far as breaking it down and saying, yeah, this is exactly what this is all about, or this is what the bounty is about, maybe we can just do piecework and just say, this is what we have to offer, about 4 hours of work. Show us how you do this.
Yeah.
And somebody could get it done in 1 hour.
Yeah, the trick is, the trick is, I think just with the bounty design, it's like figuring out how to, because you could just say, okay, we just want one video of how they go through.
Don't even do that.
Creating,
just say,
doing these evaluations, or how to create. Yeah.
Don't even say that. Just tell us what you've got. Submit a proposal. And if somebody has done 5 minutes work for 200 gimbals, it's like, sorry, this isn't this isn't what we're looking for. You can do some, but don't require somebody to do a video.
Right.
Just wide open. Allow the person to create the work to fit that. It's the way I've worked a lot.
Okay.
In the past, is like someone will offer me X numbers for a costume and I do 400 of them. I figure out how to do it and how fast I can do it.
Yeah,
right?
It's just, however we do it, is just, we should spend some quality time on it. I just speaking from experience, if a not very well thought out task on D work can be just stressful. It's just sort of like, it's just, you're like, oh, it's this little thing, and then I pull on it, and it's just like, oh god, it's just,
okay. So
it's
what
attached to all
about
this big mess.
a bounty to
but
create
I do
the
think
bounty? Because I don't want that work. I don't want to have to figure it all out, and I don't want to give it to you either.
Yeah.
You're breaking up
Right.
a lot.
Well, I think it's not, I don't think it's a lot of, okay. Let's see if it cools down here in a second.
Too many things open.
I don't think it's a lot of work. It's just we should be mindful of what, still going on. It might be my computer, saying I don't have, I've got to scoot. So I may just sign off now. However, this is a great conversation, and I like the way that it's just going. It's just the value, that impact proposal list, like getting back to the real core of what C4C does. I especially appreciated the sort of showing George. It's like, he came through C4C, he was impact related, and now he's working as a C4C alum in Conma and building these connections. Like pretty soon we'll just be spread out over the whole of Catalyst, and the whole of Catalyst will be impact related. with our
his
stamp on them.
tools,
Yeah, which
with
is great. Which is great.
his amazing gifts and his
Okay, I'll
amazing
sign
tools.
off. See
Okay,
you
Newman.
later. Bye, y'all.
Happy stewing.
Bye, sir. Now, Melanie,
Okay, bye.
bye. Love you. What a great guy. Yeah, so yeah, I will continue. I'm going back to that, and I'm sorry. I will continue with the and Cole as well. Cole is coordinating with lead donation as well, right? With Darlington about the look and feel, and maybe I don't know if you missed that call, but Melanie rightly so asked, what's the goals of what we are doing. So maybe we can put the goals kind of in the intro to the page. If you can share the goals with the Cole.
Yeah, share those goals.
I'll copy and paste them right now.
And then, yeah, wait, let me take a photo. No, but then, yeah.
Ooh, we could.
So, please.
I was just gonna say you could take a photo, and nowadays some of the phones you can copy the text from the photo.
It won't happen with my writing. I'd be really surprised, but you never know.
I'm surprised sometimes with mine. I'm like, what?
I'm doodling. You know what? That's what I'll do though, is I'll take a picture on my phone and just send my notes. I don't think there's anything that's bad here. Just saying that too, though, lead donation link to the page, because there must be a link to each page on these impact proposals.
Let's see if it's up yet.
Because that would be also another way that people can look at things. When even Newman asking somebody to do a video, I come from an education assistant perspective. People have different ways of connecting, whether it's on Conmaverse or a visual, a recording, audible. The more ways that we can do that, the more possibilities for connection.
Yeah, my feeling is that the platform, we are lucky that we have platforms that are willing to promote it, right? And these platforms are being used by many. We don't need to invent everything. So if we can work together with this platform, exactly. Let's make connections. So if we can work with a different platform, and if Kunma wants the database to do it for their purpose, okay, take it. Let's work with that. And
imagine the impact. Yes.
Exactly.
It's one of our goals.
Yeah.
Get
completely.
Impact funded.
Completely.
There's Conma. Make connections. Promote. Yes. Sorry.
No, I'm with you. So and they're all willing to work with us, right? So we did the database. Now let's promote it through AIM and Need Donation and Conma, and let's create our own list out of it that we want to promote. And let's try. The last thing is try to work between all of us that we vote to each other. We have a list that we can choose who to vote from this list, right? And make it easy for all of us to vote. And if all of us vote based on his decision to the people in this list, already it's could be quite powerful, right? Maybe we'll become all of us together a whale. And
yeah, we can pull a Rick McCachran and influence a big community once ours gets so big.
No, not in that sense, but each one of us, if we are voting each one of us, we are small,
it
but
becomes
together,
more.
okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
it's what we do that's why we're here in Cardano to begin with, to join our voice, our little time, like Vinay said, to bring power to the masses. So this is it. With that, my head keeps going back to the slide deck. Do we have logos, something recognizable for social impact or environmental impact?
I can find a couple of photos or logos.
Yeah, because that would be great to put those on. Just, this is so obviously social
just
impact.
For social, having some people talking or something like that.
But this is going to be on the single slide, and if Petra takes these and does them in 5 seconds, you've got a visual. Okay, this is definitely social, this is impact. And we could even have it on some sort of a scale, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
so that people know that, or the size, like this has got really big social impact, or this has got a little bit of, we recognize that there's a little bit of social impact in this. And maybe the proposer comes along and says, no, 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 you're missing the point here in this little problem and solution statement. You haven't got the whole thing. Here it is. It's much more bigger. And then we can adjust it. It's going to be based on personal opinion, and mine gets shifted because I know people. I know that Jonathan's in Gimbal Labs and he's doing fluid shift pool. When I see a proposal from him, to me, it's impact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because so there's going to be those pieces where I'm influenced. And I give a bigger stamp of approval based on the fact that I know these people and I know they're not scammers. So
That's true.
I know their hearts to a point, right?
Yeah, I get approached by way too many scammers these days,
Mhm.
especially on Telegram.
Yeah. So let me know if there's somebody coming in, because some people do that. They join our group and then they DM people, and I'm trying to catch them when they come to me. And then sometimes I block people that I shouldn't.
I probably do the same, honestly.
Like
And whenever
Pienza, but I kicked him right out of the group, and it was like, oh my God. And that just shows you something else too. It's a techie guy putting in a QR code, not a problem. In a technical techie Telegram, you put that in Melanie's environmental group, and it's like, oh my God, it's a scam. And it's like,
was it just like a link to their proposal or something like that?
I don't know what it was, a QR code, but you know, it came up in the chat. I just woke up, I saw a QR scam, and it's like, okay, block this person, delete that one, get it off the, and then it's like, no. So
It's hard to tell.
So I'm just a little protective on the scams for sure. So we're probably getting up to
It's a good thing to be.
be done. So action list, what are we doing? I'm really tired of this list. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, I know there's
the-
so much to do, and I know that as soon as I start working on it, unless I can pace myself, I'm 8-10 hours sitting here.
but
We should
look, Melanie, wait, look on
simplify it.
look again on the goal and the objective. Yeah, I mean, because also is it tough for you? It's very tough along also for the voters to go through
Mhm.
a 200. It's 400 slide presentation, right?
I know there's some repeats and stuff like that. So
So and don't let this discourage you that, but I think this is the. I mean, if we would be able to present it in a website, right? Again, where you choose a challenge and this, and then you see the slide, the relevant slide. That's perfect.
okay, so there's the master list that needs to be thorough, complete, and filled in. That's the OCD part of me. All the details in and information. Then when you want to put it into fund-related presentations, you copy and paste, you link it into another presentation, organize it that way. You want to do it in proposer, copy and paste proposers over. You want to do it alphabetically, copy and paste into another slide. But the master to me has to be a master complete. OCD.
No, I completely agree, and I feel like it just take us a little bit too much time to like get all those different lists right, like at this point. But like maybe next round we can like prepare
Work
it
towards it.
before.
Mhm.
And if I just came up with an idea, what if we were to like, there's 200 proposals. What if we broke them up into like 4, not into groups, just their impact proposals for this time around, and we did like 4 different videos that were 4 minutes long
Perfect.
with 5 seconds per slide instead of like
200 all at once. It's like snore
Yeah.
fest. This is not what I'm watching on Netflix. Sorry, you know, for my unwinding. Okay, so we'll
Then we could
divide
get
it
some
into
nice
4.
music too.
So this, in order to divide it into 4, those logos will help. This is social, this is environmental, this is both. We can do a social group. an environmental group, and a both. Promote the both because it's a wider impact in my opinion. But again, some of the social ones are stronger, really strong proposals. Some of the environmental ones are very strong as well. Like To Gain and Tyler's YEM project, that to me is social and environmental. No brainer. That's in the double one.
So maybe that's the next steps, kind of
The little logos.
making 3 different presentations, social, environmental, and both. And then we can just put the master into that.
So before we do that though, the master stays the master. Let's keep that complete. Don't play with, like I'm trying to fix it up. If we can go through the master and put a social, environmental, or both, maybe
section.
it's a you know, an overlap type thing. If we can put that just on the proposal itself, the blue one that says the name, the challenge, and the problem and solution, those logos, then from there we can separate them into another presentation and work with them. If you start taking those proposals, work them on over here, you have to copy and paste back to the master. So if we can keep working on the master, and then maybe we come up with another idea of another logo, and then it's like that gets linked to every proposal that gets moved over to another presentation.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so the master to me has to be anally, OCD, perfect.
I
And
agree.
I feel like I'll work on that. And if somebody else would work on copying and pasting those into the others, that would be huge. And I'll just plug my way on.
I could probably copy and paste them into the others. I have quite a few other tasks I have to finish up, but I could try to have it done by like Tuesday or something
Perfect.
like that.
And then Tuesday core team meeting, you've got the list. And we can, anytime you're done, we can, anytime you've got something added into the core team for feedback, awesome. So you would do social and environmental in both?
Yeah, like once the final master's finished, I can disperse the 3.
Perfect.
Try my best to do that.
Okay,
yeah.
and don't worry if you're copying and pasting a slide from the master that's not formatted. I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Unless you format it really easily and faster
Yeah,
than me.
I could also help format too, a little bit.
Well, again, it slows you down. So feel free. Your job right now is copy and paste to these other ones. Forget the formatting until you have time to do it.
And then that will make it easier for like Peter to make a like video out of them too.
Perfect.
My only concern is that he might not be able to add like all the little videos. So what if we were to have the master have those second slides and these other ones have like just the problem
Logos.
statement solution logos?
And in that slide, we could actually have the link to any videos.
Yeah.
So that one slide in the speaker notes has all the information. That's complete list. So if we're just doing the single slide and you notice that it's not complete, because often on the second slide, I've added the video link to it. If you can just scooch that back, and I'll try and make the one slide absolutely complete. It's the master slide.
And then we can also you can just message me on Telegram and we can coordinate further.
And if we do that in the core team chat, that's awesome.
Perfect.
Because then people know what we're doing and they may want to jump in and help.
Yeah, that's very true.
Petra will also know and get some ideas. So, and it's the weekend coming up. I have so much to do. I'm going to get at this though in the moments that I can.
Yeah, no, I definitely will too. I just have a lot of assessments to go through. One of our proposals had 35 different assessments on it.
And I haven't even, that's, we've got 2 weeks to flag assessments or
no,
not?
just do Monday.
What?
Yeah.
It's until Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wednesday assessments. Okay,
That's really good to know.
can somebody okay,
Yeah,
assessment,
I'm working on that. I mean, I will
flag.
work on that, but
Okay, Wednesday. Oh,
we got no, quite okay rating for quite good rating for some of the proposals. I just went through that. But yeah, but there's a lot of flag. I mean, there's simple mistakes. People give
move
you
your
all
mic
positive-
down. Move your mic down. We're getting it. There you go. Good.
Yeah, there's some simple mistake by assessor, and I'm sorry for them. But they give you everything is perfect, but they give you 3 stars. I mean, okay.
Okay.
I mean, if everything is
Oh, bummer.
so
The most
or
annoying.
4 stars. I mean, they lose time, but also for them, I guess they didn't. I mean, they need to explain if they reduce rating, right?
What the reduction is. Why did you
yeah.
reduce it?
So I'm a little bit sorry for them, to be honest, but
Mhm.
Because that kind of allows us to be like, hey, they didn't explain it. This is kind of biased. Like,
Mhm. So, helping the community flag assessments. Is there a way of, is there a link to Catalyst School?
no, there is a link. There is a guide. You need to go to the. I can send you the links.
Could you just do it in Telegram chat to the community?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
do.
and just explain to them exactly what you said, you know, because then everybody does the work and we don't have to worry about,
how many C4C proposals are there?
I think there's 5 or something like that.
5, okay.
5 or 6, no, 6 even. I mean, there is 2 challenges. We're involved in 3 with education, but 2 challenges. And then for, I think, 4 or 5 proposals, 4 proposals probably.
where did
Oh,
I-
wow.
Europe, Africa, Asia. C4C Asia Africa got very high rating.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'll tell you how, well, here's the
I'm gonna have to
profile.
hop off in a few
Okay.
minutes to
Yep.
Yeah.
go to another meeting, but yeah, you can just ping me whatever you guys need.
Okay. Yeah, so we have I mean, basically this is what we need to push now. So I will continue coordinate, and also you call with the lead donation and
Mhm.
and aim, and you continue with the presentation.
Perfect.
8 proposals.
8, okay.
Good number.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll keep working on because I think I have to complete it because I can't leave it. I'm losing sleep over not perfecting this list. And maybe at this point it'll be okay.
So maybe I'll get to those other tasks I have, and then over the next, like, not today, but maybe tomorrow and the next day, I can
Yeah,
kind
because
of
by then
start to
I
break
might
that
have
in.
some more formatting done.
That'd be awesome.
Perfect. Then you won't have to worry about it. Okay, awesome.
Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Yeah, great talking to you guys. Speak soon.
Okay. See
Bye-bye.
you,
Thank
Cole.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Whew. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we can do this. I'm going to stop recording.
Yeah.